Hi, my name is Dylan Holst, and this is my presentation over equality. In today's society, the current generation is constructing insufficient progress towards overall equality, and this is hurting the nation. Two types of equality I will be discussing today are racial and gender equality. There's an advance being formed towards equality, but there's not a complete acceptance towards the idea of equality. However, even though these laws are passed, there is still large disobedience towards them, and there are still individuals suffering for this reason. Several movements are occurring currently, like the Black Lives Matter movement, women's rights movement, and the LGBT movement. Racial equality indicates identical rights for all races will ensure a better place in the future of society by leading to the solution of most of the world's issues. For an extensive period of time, racial equality has been a considerable point of emphasis in U.S. history. Going back to Rosa Parks on the bus, the Little Rock Nine and desegregation, and to slavery all over the United States. Although racial inequality has been reduced to a point, there is still a presence today, and it must be stopped in order for the current future generation to thrive. The issue with racial issues present today is mostly de facto segregation, meaning the practice of segregation and other racial acts not stemming from written law. Austin Algernon of EPI.org states, "We will live with a great deal of de facto racial segregation. A large number of our neighborhoods are racially segregated, which means that many of our schools are racially segregated. Therefore, not only is there no segregation, but also primarily black schools are concentrated in neighborhoods and communities where crime and poverty are high, which gives the kids living there a high disadvantage to learn. If an issue equivalent to racial equality could be solved, then several more of society's issues could be answered. The future of American society depends on the well-being of the people included." Once everyone comes together as a society and puts each other's wrongs behind them, moves on from racial inequality, and accepts each other, is when America will see change. If racial inequality is not solved, society will continue encountering problems. Without togetherness and peace between races, then there will not be a solution to most of these societal issues. Racial equality can solve these problems by eliminating conflict between races and society, creating a stronger bond between all of America so more people can help with other issues. Once racial equality is reached, several more of the world's concerns will be eliminated. Each gender deserves equal treatment because everyone is human and can interact better and live more efficiently as a whole. Gender equality has greatly impacted millennial society all around the world for a vast amount of time. The history of gender roles in America have an extensive history, but the push for equality began in the 1800s. In America, women have pushed for equal rights through the things like the National Women's Suffrage Association, the 19th Amendment, and the Equal Pay Act. These things have helped women gradually gain equality over time. As a result, once gender equality increases, worldwide problems decrease, and the world is in a much better shape. This means less fighting amongst nations, and more people may feel accepted and content with their lives. However, without complete gender equality, the current generation lacks the ability to solve multiple other problems the nation and world face. UN.org states that gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but a necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. Furthermore, all genders have the ability to help the future, as well as genders have the ability to have voices and be leaders too. Due to the passing of numerous laws and the increasing acceptance of gender equality, the opportunities for women have risen. With this, the female community has equal chances of employment in a job as men. So Joanne Sandler from SIRS.com states, "Women in the community have also taken on new roles, such as starting their own business and taking community leadership positions. More and more women are seeking testing and counseling services, a sign that the silence and stigma around this plague are being broken." Gender equality has grown substantially over the years and has helped improve several females' lives. But until there's a full gender equality, the nation and current millennial generation will continue to be insufficient. As a nation, there has been a greater demand for equality because all millennials want freedom and an enjoyable life. In this current generation, all people look for equal treatment and also look to express themselves more than the previous generations. Increasing problems such as poverty and bullying due to lack of equality can easily be resolved if everyone gains respect and are treated equal. In previous generations, not many people were allowed to speak their minds or do what they want because of such strict rules and laws that our country had adopted. Our country is sitting in a decent spot right now with overall equality, but until there is a definite resolution, this nation will continue to push for their rights. Does anyone have any questions?
I have a question. In today's society, do you think we've achieved equality?
Personally, I don't think that equality has all the way been achieved, but I think that we are progressing so much more towards an overall equal nation.